Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I'm so excited to have on a 39-year-old from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. His hockey journey has taken him to Canada, the USA, the Netherlands, Scotland, Germany, and Italy, a staple and legend of the Medicine Hat Tigers, where he had the most apples in the WHL, en route to becoming a champion, and ran amok in those playoffs with 27 points in 20 games to lead the playoffs. Scored 50 and 45 in the Dutch league, with most goals in that league, folks. Two-time Deutsche Pokal champion, once with yours truly, and became a two-time Deutsche Meister without me. Also a champion with the St. Walburg Eagles in the Sask, Alberta Senior League, where he ran amok, and is now guiding the kids with an under 16 AAA team as a head coach. Welcome to the shed, Chris St. Jacques.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Been a long time, man. I get into how we know each other. I haven't seen you since 2012, I bet. No, played against you the next year.
Yeah, it's been a while, eh? But yeah, we played together for a bit, and then, like you said, yeah, where were you after that when we played against each other?
I went to Helbron that next year after I left.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You went to the rival
1 year. Yeah. Then you guys won it.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah, way to stick it, eh?
Yeah, way to stick it to me. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it was a good time.
Trim the fat. I get it. That's cool.
Yeah. That was the biggest one for us all, eh? Fucking, eh? Thin out. Yeah.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, folks, Jocko and I here played together with the Bietigheim Steelers in 2010 to 2012, right? Yep. And you moved over halfway through a season from Edinburgh Capitals, right?
That's correct. Yeah. They were, I was having a good year there, having some fun with those guys. Scotland, a great little place. You know what I mean? Can't complain about that with Edinburgh, nice city and all that. But yeah, the team was struggling there a little bit with the financial reasons and all that. And the owner,
were you getting paid?
Yeah, you're right. And those are what pay your bills. And the owner was a great guy. Didn't want to hold anybody back about leaving and things like that. So yeah, got an opportunity like you just mentioned, just before, I think just after Christmas and stuff like that. And then I joined you guys. So yeah. And then it was a start of a career in Germany.
Yeah, you were there a long time. And did you not marry a gal from there?
I sure did. Yeah. I think it was one of those, a funny story with that one. I think it was one of those nights when we were having Monday fun days and fucking Llama Bar, and the waitress.
I know the place.
Yeah, definitely we do know. Yeah, for sure. And the good old Beckham there, if I could let you home all the time. So yeah, definitely that was a good time. Yeah, no, she was like, I guess she was fucking she was the waitress. She was a waitress.
Llama Bar.
Yeah, at Llama Bar. Yeah,
a waitress from Llama Bar, eh?
I didn't even know that. And I guess when we were a little I guess let's call it a little drunk, I guess you can call it.
We used to get a little tangled up at the Llama Bar after a big win on a Sunday, or maybe all day Monday.
Exactly. But this is the next day. This is a Monday fun day now, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
those are the full pulls. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, and I guess I was muttering to her, I guess you know what I mean, asking her if she was
and whatnot.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, exactly. Trying to, to get her off her feet, right? And I guess I asked her if she wanted to come to move to Canada and marry me. So I guess
so. Obviously, you married a German. Can du sprechen ein bisschen Deutsch?
Nine.
Really?
I know. I understand a little bit.
You didn't really learn it?
No.
You're married to a German man.
Yeah, I listen to her. I know when she's talking. Don't get me wrong. I can understand. I can understand when she's chirping because I caught her one time. She was talking to her friend and bad mouthing me a little bit in German. So I caught her and asked her, "What was that?" Oh yeah, she knew right away. To speak it, it's okay.
Jocko, how do you not know German when you were there that long? And you're married to a German.
That's all good. I'll go back and all I know to know is my numbers. I mean, I'm Dreisig, buddy. You know what I mean? That Chinese place. That's all I got to know.
To get the delivery or what? Know where you live.
Yeah, it's like, where you live? 31A.
Anyway, so another reason how we know each other is this. I just thought of this before we were coming on here. Is years ago, your wife had wrote to me on Facebook and said, "Hey, Jocko's retiring. I'm putting together a video with all his buddies and ex-teammates. And I didn't open up Facebook for like 2 years. And when I read it, I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, I'll do a video. And then I realized the message had been from a year earlier.
Yeah. Like,
so I never did make the video. Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. No big deal. Like I said, it's all good.
I would have made one if I would have seen the message.
Oh, okay? I know you would have.
So did she whip one up for you? Did you get a nice?
Yes, she did. Yeah, it was it was definitely a big surprise. I thought it was more of a, I can't even remember. It was my cousin's. It was supposed to be my cousin's party or some sort. My buddies, that day are all fucking taking me out, and we getting hammered a little bit at the racetrack because I love the betting on the ponies.
You like
and all that
betting on the ponies?
Oh, I love it.
Really?
Love it. I've been there for a while. You know what I mean? They're a little.
How much are you wagering on a race? What are you doing?
It depends. You know, you got a trifecta. You know what I mean? You got to pick three of the horses.
I don't know. What do you mean? You got to pick first, second, third.
Yeah. So what is I mean, with my bets, I like to pick.
You're just going for the home run. You're trying to
get.
It all.
If you got, I mean, the trifecta kind of wins you more money if you do, and superfecta and all that stuff. So what you got to do is, if you want to bet $24, you pick 4 horses and you box them, things like that, right? So
what does that mean? Box them?
Well, because if you don't box them, if you put in, I don't know, like say you pick 2, 3, 4, right, or 5, right, all those numbers, and you don't box it, well, it has to come in that order. If you box it, any number can come in any place. So,
so it's basically like picking the top 4 scorers on a hockey team.
Yeah,
you don't have to. You just have to pick who's going to be in the top 4. You don't have to position them.
No, you don't have to position them because then if you box them, they can come in any way, right? But fucking I love picking the fucking long dogs, man. They pay, so sometimes
I guess that'll get into where and what are you doing now, eh? The underdogs, the underdog elite training, folks. Today's episode is brought to you by Underdog Elite Training in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Sweet.
What is that?
Right there, buddy.
What all are we doing? Nice hat, man.
Yeah, not bad, eh? I might have to ship you out one.
Yeah, hey, I'll wear it with pride, buddy. I'll ship you one of these suckers.
Yeah, 100%. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a company that we just started up, really small here in back in Edmonton.
Well, hey, yeah, before you send me a picture for your poster, and my former goalie, Kevin Nastyuk, is on the picture.
Yeah, damn right he is. Yeah, he's helping out with our goalies and things like that. So, yeah, he's part of our thing. The 3 owners are myself, a guy named Doug Jacques, and my other buddy Matt Hage. So we came together. The last summers, me and my buddy Matt always ran a summer camp that on ice, off ice stuff, working with skills, conditioning, all that good stuff, right? And making these guys get ready to go to all the
Jocko, you're teaching kids about conditioning, huh?
Trying to, you know. I mean, I've gotten better over
who was coaching you back in our day?
Well, myself, man. Don't you see my 6-pack? Like, come on, fuck.
Do you have one right now?
No, hell no, fuck. I mean,
I think when you showed up from Edinburgh, you were in worse shape than me.
Oh, 100%. 100%. There's too much, definitely too much beer. And then coming to Germany didn't help, right? So,
yeah, they have good beer in both places, right?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, it's Underdog is just all about giving back to the kids. Any age groups like that, and just working with them.
So are you doing it year round then?
Yeah, we just started, like I said, this company up, and we're looking to get into different organizations, working with kids, different tiers, levels, things like that. It doesn't matter, right? And
you've been coaching kids for a long time too. I remember you were coaching AAA in the summers when we were playing in Germany.
Yeah, I was with my cousin. Yeah, I was playing in Italy actually. We were coaching some all-star teams in the summertime, so having a good time traveling to Vegas and all that, and having a heyday with the parents for sure. That was fun. So yeah, it was a good time doing that. And then once retired,
you've always had a passion for coaching the kids and helping them out, eh?
100%. I love giving back. I think it's a key part of, how I grew up too, right? So my father helped me back and helping all my buddies and a lot of kids moving on just because of seeing that, right? So giving back, I love doing it. And, they love listening to all the stories, just like how we're sitting here bullshitting all the time. So it's to give it back to these guys they just chuckle and, they hope one day they can get themselves there too. So
yeah, no, it's fun coaching, man. I'm doing it now too. I'm coaching under 11 team. I actually just got back from a big win. We won 5-0 in game 4 of the playoffs. Yeah. Nice. So I love it, man. Seeing them
Oh,
improve and get better, then seeing them just love hockey more, right? And then
yeah,
they're becoming like brothers and best friends. And like I get to watch it through the season and like,
yeah.
man, it's fun stuff.
Oh, 100%. I don't disagree with you. It's unbelievable to see, like you said, the progress with these guys. You know what I mean? Like the steps they take through the whole year, where a lot of guys are starting here, and I mean, working with them, and they're up here now. You know what I mean? You're just
Yeah. So you're doing skills on and off the ice, and then you're also doing conditioning and what kind of like almost like a life
what else we
coach when it
do
comes
is
to
hitting.
hockey or no?
What's that? Sorry.
Like, is there mental stuff and like you're teaching them about what to eat and all that crap?
Well, we're getting into that too. We're slowly, like I said, bringing that in. But right now, we're more just the on ice, off ice type stuff, like workout type situations. Like I said, working on the skills off ice, working
Yeah.
on their conditioning, working on their strength and all that. We have a strength and conditioning girl that comes out and actually does that. So it's not me that's actually doing that. So it's that's her bread and butter, which is good.
That's
But
why I try not to be the conditioning coach because I think they'd see right
oh,
through me because I hated
yeah,
that shit.
exactly, right? Exactly. So, and then we put on hitting clinics for younger kids, teach them how to properly hit with their shoulders and not their hands,
And
and
get hit.
yeah, and take a hit. Exactly. Yeah, that's the biggest ones that we've noticed a lot, right? It's not like working with skills, but these young kids just don't know how to hit nowadays, and they
Oh,
roughing penalties, and that's all you see is refs this give the head contact. And
I
you
went
just
I went and watched a silver stick in town where it was the age group that just starts hitting, man. And
yeah.
some of the body checks I saw were insane. And they think it's better that they're not hitting until they're like they're grown up and they
Yeah.
start hitting and they have no idea what they're doing. And these kids were skating around with their head down. And I saw like a dozen kids get absolutely blown up. It was
Oh.
wild.
Well, for sure, right? Because like you said, in my opinion, I don't know. Like I find that Hockey Canada's got to change that rule. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I think a lot of people have that opinion to
Yeah.
start teaching these kids at a younger age.
Well, they
Like,
could, I really think you could start it right from the start that they could be rubbing each other out,
yeah,
right?
well,
And
you
then
see
they
this
learn to
here.
use their body in the correct way. These guys
Yeah,
at that tournament it was insane. They'd pick up the puck head down and
oh, yeah.
just get blown up.
Yeah, because like you said, I don't noticing it in like Germany and Europe and all those places, right? Like even England, they teach your kids right from like when they like are small to kind of angle and kind of bump into the boards properly and take a hit. Like they
Right.
teach
Yeah.
them that stuff, and it's like in Canada we wait too long, and I think that's why injuries are so much and all this stuff because these kids' bodies aren't used to kind of getting bumped around like that, and to start hitting in it was called bantam hockey, but now U15 hockey. That's when they first started. It's like, well, when we played, it was Pee Wee hockey. You know what I mean? We were body checking. It's now they're
Yeah.
starting to get, like older, but I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah. It doesn't really change. I think once they start, if you don't know what you're doing, there's still going to be the big guys and the small guys. And people are good.
100%.
It doesn't matter when you start. You may as well learn early, I
Yeah,
think.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Because the kids that even in my under 11 that know how to use their body and drop a shoulder and
Yeah.
they're ahead of the game.
Oh,
Okay.
100%.
Anyways, you're coaching though. You're a head coach of an under 16 AAA team.
That's correct. Yep.
So what team's that? Who are you coaching?
This year we were with a team called the Pac Saints. So it's a little place just outside of Edmonton, Spruce Grove area, I guess. And out, I guess out about they got their certain area that they got to pick from. So, but yeah, it's all kids mixed in from, like I said, Whitecourt, Alberta, and all this stuff. So we get a lot of areas to pick from. A lot of not normal kids that, like I said, from that
Are you
area.
guys done the season?
We got 2 more games left. 2 more games left. Yeah.
That's it.
And that'll be the season for us. Yeah, we unfortunately we won't be making the playoffs this year. So
Okay.
it was a learning curve, things like that. But I really enjoyed it. Had fun with these kids. Like I said, making them better, progressing. I find it was a tough year for these kids just due to the fact from the year before, not playing, right?
Yeah.
Taking
Oh,
that year off really put a lot of these kids back. And, it's not fair to them, in my opinion. They're just getting back in the groove. And I mean, to play a full season this year, which is good for them, keep moving on, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No,
had a hell of a time, had some fun with them. And, I'm looking forward to moving on for next year for hockey again.
yeah. Okay. Well, it sounds like you got a lot of hockey going on in your life with the underdog training, the coaching, and research team found you're a scout for an AJHL team.
Yeah, I help out a little bit with the Grand Prairie Storm, the Alberta Junior Hockey League. So
So what
yeah,
are you going to
my
watch? Like Bantam games?
yeah, you watch everything. Bantam, my division, the U16, U18 division, and all that stuff. So yeah, there's like I said, when they're around the rinks, I usually pop in a little bit, have a look, and watch what kind of players. I mean that the
Well, it wouldn't
organization.
be hard if you're coaching the under 16s to
No, that's
you
pretty.
play a
It's pretty
team, you're going to know exactly which kids are
exactly.
which. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but with all that stuff, like I said, I try to help as much as I can, but so busy with, like I said, with everything going on. The guy that helps run the underdog thing as well, Doug, he's a scout as well with the team. So he's got a little bit more things going on too. But yeah, he kind of I'll send him stuff and then he'll send it up to GP for me. So
I gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
And you also have your own kids, right?
Yeah, I got one boy. Yep.
One boy?
Exactly.
How old?
He's 6.
6, eh? What's his
6 years.
name?
His name is Lucas.
Where was he born?
He was born in Kaufborn, Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where he's from. Yeah, so
Nice. Nice.
yeah, he's got
Okay.
the dual citizenship.
Does he speak German?
Not so much. No, he doesn't really speak, but when his mother yells at him in German, he definitely understands fucking what she said. So.
All right. So getting into this. So you grew up in Edmonton. How'd you get into hockey?
Started obviously, like I said, 3 years old skating. My pops got me on skates and just yeah, kind of put me out on the ice. Yeah, I started just wheeling around, working on
Took
things
it
like
from there, eh?
yeah, basically just took off from there. Fucking lots of power skating and yeah, I don't know. Hockey was just a knack for me that understanding the game well and having to be and being a good skater right away. I found out later on that where I had my good skating speed, I guess, came from my fucking grandma, my mom's mom. She was a speed skater, so
Is that right?
so yeah, small world of I mean, understanding how to skate well. I guess it's yeah, it was pretty cool.
Genetics, you know?
Yeah, so that's all worked out, and then yeah, it just kind of took me off from there. Like obviously you said, played minor hockey in Edmonton, and then
So you're
yeah,
from Edmonton, grew up in Edmonton, minor hockey at Edmonton, and then you get drafted to the Medicine Hat Tigers.
yeah, the Western Hockey League there, yeah, and then joined them as a 16-year-old.
So you moved away from home at 16.
Yes, sir.
Were you ready for that?
Yeah, I was actually. Fuck, couldn't.
Couldn't wait, eh? Couldn't wait to spread your wings.
Nice to get away. I'll tell you that. Fucking, it was nice being at home, but always nice to, you know what I mean, get out there and
And live.
exactly get things going, right? Live on your own a little bit, live out of billets and all that. But you know, it was enjoyable. 5 years with those guys.
Well, okay. Research team found some stuff here we're curious about. Okay.
Yeah.
You ran a muck there. You weren't just good. You were really good. You had 368 points in 310 games played. Did you know that?
I did, yeah, because I
Okay.
have my little picture there. Fucking with
Oh,
my
did they give you a
jersey.
picture?
Yeah, it tells me what with my jersey in a frame. It tells me my goals, assists.
Did they give that to you?
Yeah, so it was pretty cool to see. Yeah,
What number were you?
14.
Really? Eh? That's what my son's number is right now.
Yeah, fucking good number, man.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Year 2 though, this is what I'm curious about. Okay, so you were 16 your first year. Your second year, you get 73 points in 70 games played. So that's as a 17-year-old, and you weren't drafted to the NHL.
Yeah, I was very shocked, like you said. I had the most goals on the team with 37, I think, that year, and 36 assists or something like that. But yeah, I tied with 2 other guys.
Was it your body type? Cabinet maker, Bayfield Brewing Company.
But yeah, no, it was fucking great. I couldn't believe it, like you said, Waldo, as well. Like I was very shocked at it. But it was those times and days that small guys or smaller players couldn't play the game, right?
That's what it was. Yeah,
I wasn't fucking afraid of the physicality, things like that. Was I a fighter? No, I never really fought, but
you never got pushed around.
Was I going in the corners? Was I bulldozing guys? Yeah, I had no problem doing that. Like I was having fun, but I was always told by a lot of scouts and all that it was too bad I wasn't at least 5'10", or with your points alone, you would have been a fucking first round draft pick, right? And I was like, well, I can't, you know, I mean, I can't grow. Like,
yeah,
it's bottom line, like it is
there,
what it is.
Back, so you're an 83, the same as me. Back then, like it really was, like they wanted big guys.
Yeah, I was a big man because they said that like I just said, you can't teach growing, but you can teach skating. You can teach skills to a big guy, right? That's all it was about.
And they always wanted to take on a couple projects every year, all the teams, right?
100%. That's exactly what it was. And then all of a sudden, Martin St. Louis took over and it opened the door for all those little guys, right?
Well,
so
but then there's like Chara, he turns into what he turns into, and then they thought every big lanky guy could end up being a player, right?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, very true. Yeah. So
Okay, I found that interesting. You must have been pretty frustrated then when guys probably with not even half the points you had are getting drafted.
yeah, a little bit, but I mean, like I said,
What
I
do you
didn't
do, right?
like I said, got invited to come a couple camps, things like that. So enjoyed it.
So okay, but then by the end of your time there, what's Medicine Hat like?
It's a smaller town. I mean, I can't remember what the population is, but it's not like small where it's only maybe 1,000 people. It's fair size town. I mean, places
Good barn.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome barn. I couldn't complain. It was called the Smarty Box at the time when I first got there because it was all different colors. Oh yeah, it was sick. Yeah, it was one of the loudest barns in the league, I think, for sure, especially when we got going and got in the playoffs. And yeah, it was enjoyable place. That place is definitely a second home for me and all that stuff. And can't complain about when
you're there 5 years?
5 years, yeah. So
your 5th year, you guys win it all.
Yeah.
And you lead the playoffs in scoring.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. But a couple names I got written down here from the research team. Okay.
Yeah.
Shed legend Stefan Meyer was on that team.
Yeah, he sure was.
Okay. Kevin Nastiuk as well.
Yeah.
We already
Chuck
spoke
was
of him.
Yeah.
I call him Kerbiskopf.
What?
Kerbiskopf? That's what I called him.
Pumpkinhead?
Pumpkinhead, yeah. Because he had a gigantic head.
Fuck, he's fucking with that big flow of his on his head.
It's the hair, the hair too doesn't make it look smaller. Kerbiskopf. When are you coming to the shed, Kevin?
Yeah.
And Clark MacArthur was on that team. He was pretty good, eh?
Yeah, Clarky wasn't too bad of a player. Yeah, he was definitely guy that could fucking wheel and deal and score. So yeah, he was pretty damn good too. Yeah.
I remember when he came over, was it Krimichow he played for during the lockdown?
Yeah. I remember, fucking chirping him a little bit. Yeah, having a good time.
Yeah, I remember when he played there when all those guys came over. Then the other guy that's a German legend is Yannick Seidenberg was on that team.
Fucking good old Yanni. Yeah, I ran into him a couple times at where was it? Fucking in Munich there, Oktoberfest.
Oh yeah. That what time that is, eh?
Oh, I had a great time. That place is fucking.
Did you behave yourself when you went there?
Well, of course. Don't you?
Yeah.
Fuck. My wife picked me up one time from there, when we were in Kaufbeuren, pregnant and everything at the train station. I had fucking 2 Dooners in my hand. Fucking my face is all black and fucking rolling down hills. Oh, it was a great time.
2 donors, double fisted.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, it's interesting, like when you play junior or whatever with people, and then you see their pro careers compared to your pro careers, and like Yannick Seidenberg, well, he was a DL like on the big dog teams his whole career, right? And then Clark MacArthur's making millions in the show, right? Stefan Meyer played in the show, beauty, and you led the team in scoring. You had the most points in the playoffs. You guys won the championship.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I said, I always cheer on all the boys. It doesn't matter whoever ended up anywhere, right? Fucking making millions.
Everybody does the best they can.
That the thing is, no one changed the way they act and things like that, which is awesome. You know what I mean? They're all great guys. You know what I mean? And there's still a couple other guys that you're missing too, like Cam Barker. Cam Barker played for fucking Chicago Blackhawks and all these teams. Fucking
you guys had quite the squad, eh?
Right, defenseman, another guy, Darren Reed, fucking Steve Rieger. He played for the New York Islanders. Darren Reed, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay. Like, yeah, we had a squad to be messing with, that's for sure. So,
who'd you beat in the finals?
We beat Everett Silvertips, fucking 4 games straight.
Oh, it wasn't even close, eh?
It was supposed to be the offensive team, which is us, versus the best defensive team in the league, and I guess we took care of them. So,
right. So then, how'd you do with the Memorial Cup?
The Memorial Cup was a funny story. Fucking in Kelowna, we get there, and there's a lot of things going against fucking our team, especially because Kelowna is obviously are a little bit of a rival to in the Western Hockey League, and these fucking guys, fucking, we get there, we get in our dress room, we would put our stuff around and all that stuff in our room. You think, Memorial Cup, it should be pretty good security and all this shit. Well, all of a sudden, Nasty goaltender helmet gets fucking stolen out of the dressing room.
They took the goalie's helmet.
Yeah, then there's no helmet, no nothing. He comes to practice for like the pregame warm. He's like, "Where the fuck's my helmet, man?" Fucking no helmet, so we had to get him some fucking used helmet from somewhere. I don't even know. And then our sticks, we're asking like Sherwood. That's who our team was with, and of course they
use Sherwood sticks.
Oh, they were pretty good sticks. I didn't mind them. Fuck.
How are you guys a high scoring team with Sherwood sticks?
Don't worry about that, buddy. That's
were they wooden?
We could work with whatever we wanted to, man. Fucking perfect. But yeah, these fuckers, they told us, yeah, Kelowna Rockets already accepted your sticks. So we go ask them where our sticks are. Sure enough, fucking these dinks are fucking opening our bags, checking our curves, and fucking having all the inside scoops on everything before we play them, right, in the round robin. But yeah, fuck, it was.
They had your bag open, looking at your sticks.
Oh yeah, they were checking our curves. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Fucking snakes.
Do you know that you're gonna, for sure, you already have broken the F-bomb record in an episode?
Well, that's great. That's the way
it's not even close. It's not even close. I can't believe they're doing that. That's dirty pool. You're not allowed to do that.
Very dirty
you can't
pool,
be opening up people's stick bags. You get away from the sticks.
But yeah,
you can walk by and look if they're sitting out, but you can't open up bags.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah, our bags were definitely open. So yeah,
that's
but I got some sticks. It was okay. Like I said, we round robin was all right. I think we finished up 1-2, and then made it to the semifinals, and then lost to I think it was the Gatineau Olympic or something like that in the semifinals. So I think we lost by 1 goal too. So it was a close one to get to the finals, but. Yeah, to end my career like that, you can't complain getting to the big dance, right? So,
well, you got to win a championship too, right? The Memorial Cup's kind of an interesting thing because when you win those leagues, right? If you win the OHL, you should have a time, and that is a championship. But then you go to another tournament, then you could still end up losing your last game, which is a tough bounce.
Exactly. Yeah, it's I find, like I said, that it's strange that. I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, with that ruling and having a host team sometimes is kind of, they could lose out at any time, right? And they, just like Kelowna did, they lost out to the Everett Silvertips. And I'm like, well, they get a break now. Well, everybody else has to battle those extra games. But then in the end, they ended up winning the Memorial Cup. Well, in a way, I think the way it should be is whatever host you pick, a host city team. 2 teams that make it to the finals automatically go to the Memorial Cup. They deserve to have a chance of the big dance as well, right? They're not a host team like that. Like, you host it, have a host city team, but earn your way there, right? So,
hey, sounds like you're a little sensitive about it. We'll move on, okay? Okay. It's okay. Jocko, it's okay. It was a long time ago.
Still pissed off that we lost.
Hey, it's okay. Okay.
I'm 39 now. That's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago. Okay. But during that time, and you're an 83, you're my age group. Okay. I wasn't even close to the radar. I don't even think anybody knew who I was. I bet you I was an Elmira Sugar King at this point, but you played for Team Canada for a 1983 birth in the under 18s.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
Pretty big dick swinging at that point, eh?
Yeah, it wasn't, like I said.
To be one of the top players in Canada at your age group is quite impressive, eh?
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely an honor to play for that team.
How'd you find out that you made it?
I just got a phone call and said that, like you said, that you made the team and you'll be joining. Is this
after the second year when you get the 73 points in 70 games as a second year guy?
I can't remember if it was that one or the following year. It might have been that year though. Yeah. Because I know, it was actually after that year. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
When you don't get drafted. So you go to that, you play for Canada and you don't get drafted that year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And like I said, putting out, and then I tried, then I went to obviously the World Juniors camp that was in Halifax when they were hosting. I went to the summer evaluation camps and I thought I did pretty good there and all that stuff. They said they'd be watching. And then my season was going well. Then we played in the All-Star game and it was certain ways. I guess the Western Hockey League, Ontario and Quebec, they all had two different divisions. So us in our whatever the Eastern Conference went to somewhere in Quebec to play and did well. And I scored 2 goals in that game. Was the MVP of the game. So and that was just before they were about to make selections for like the tryouts for the final tryouts for World Junior. So and they were all there watching and things like that. So I was like, I thought maybe I'd have a good chance of maybe getting invited and
And you
things like
didn't.
that. Yeah, I didn't get, I wasn't drafted or anything. So yeah, most of the time World Juniors is all about guys that are drafted, right? So,
Oh, they're the first rounders. Yeah. They're
right.
like
So,
basically the whole team.
yeah,
And
exactly.
if you're undrafted, that'd be tough to make it. But another guy that made that Team Canada under 18, that's my buddy from my hometown, Dennis Weidman.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he went like 8th round, and then Buffalo didn't even sign him. He signed as a
Yeah.
free agent to end up making the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he was
Oh,
a little D man, right?
yeah. He was small, but mobile. He could skate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not at the end of his career. He was getting
Yeah.
burned. I saw McDavid skate by him a couple times.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wides. But yeah, no, he's great on a power play too.
Yeah.
But it's funny, I do 2 of those guys on that Team Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, so after you run amok for 5 years in the WHL, you're a champion, right? You're not on a bad team. You're putting up points on a winning championship team. What are your pro options then?
My options that time were, I mean, obviously your goal is always to make an NHL as a young guy, right? And things like that. So, once that was finished, like I said, during my junior career, I attended 2 camps, the New York Rangers and the Dallas Stars camp, and then, had good feedback from those guys. And obviously, right after that 20-year-old year in the Memorial Cup, I got a call from the Toronto Maple Leafs and a gentleman named Barry Trapp. He was with, like I said, the Team Canada team. And he always told me that he'd always have an eye out for me and always have my back and things like that because he really enjoyed me as a player. And it was a funny thing. That day I was actually on the golf course at a golf tournament, and all of a sudden my phone rang, and yeah, sure enough, it was Barry, and he said, "Yeah, I mean, we want to sign you to the Toronto Maple Leafs." I was like, "Fuck," trying to keep your emotions as you're trying to hit a golf ball at the same time, right? And yeah, basically, yeah, that was my options. And once I basically signed with the Toronto team, yeah, I
So
mean, then I
what
got
was it? Full entry level 3-year deal?
yeah, it was a 3-year deal. Yeah, for a 2-way contract, NHL, AHL contract with them, and then
Did you get a little signing bonus? You get a little
yeah,
tickle?
yeah, we had a little signing bonus involved. Yeah, so can't complain. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad of a signing bonus, and
So you basically got a deal like you'd get if you would have been drafted.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like yeah, I mean, like the drafted guys probably got a little bit more of the signing bonus reason as being a restricted free agent or whatever, or undrafted player, I guess you can call it. Yeah, I mean the bonus is still good, but obviously not like those top guys, right? They're
Oh
getting
yeah, no, yeah. They
big
get the
ones,
big,
things like
yeah.
that. But you can't complain about it. It was
No,
being a
that's
young,
good that you got that as an undrafted guy because
yeah, you know what I mean.
I
And
didn't even realize all the rules like that. They're only allowed 50 contracts a year, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because then they filter down to their systems, right? They have so much guys on NHL contracts, and then they filter them down obviously to the American, and then American Hockey Leagues. There's some guys that just were on American Hockey League contracts. So yeah, it's pretty, like you said, yeah, it was pretty crazy. And
so
basically,
you sign there. So then you're going to the Toronto Maple Leafs training camp.
yep,
Did you get all
exactly.
jacked up that summer, ready to rock?
Yeah, it was the first year actually kind of sucked a little bit because it was the lockout year.
Mm.
So
So
in a
your
way,
first
yeah.
NHL camp and everything doesn't even
Yeah,
happen.
anyway, yeah, we just played. It was a rookie tournament. I played against Steph. He was with Florida at that time, so we were actually in Montreal, and there was 4 teams. I can't remember the 4th team was, but there was obviously Toronto, Montreal, Florida, and one other team that we were playing a little mini tournament in Montreal and things like that. So then, yeah, but then after that was the St. John's Maple Leafs, and yeah, tried out for obviously the first year trying to make them, but all these NHL guys are getting sent down to the American Hockey League, so it was
That
really
league
tough,
was
right? So
stacked that year. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I mean, I got sent down to the East Coast Hockey League down in Pensacola, Florida. That was our East Coast, so couldn't complain about
So
that.
you got sent to Pensacola from where was the was it St. John's? Was the
John's, Newfoundland. Yeah, that was their last year that they were there. Yeah.
Okay, so both places are pretty good, but to get
Yeah.
sent to Pensacola, so that's where I had signed. When I turn around on the way there and go to the airport and head to Germany, I was heading to Pensacola. And the reason was I saw what it was looked like down there, and you got to live like on a golf course. Did you live on a golf course?
No, not the first year because that was when Hurricane Katrina hit. So actually, when we went down there, we weren't even staying there. We were staying in Biloxi, Mississippi, because we couldn't. Our rink got flooded, so they had to clean up all that stuff. And yeah, we were there for a while, living in a hotel room, and yeah, enjoying I guess enjoying
That
life
would have
over
been a
there.
mess down there at that
Oh,
time.
it was yeah, it was terrible because even they got hit pretty good too, Mrs. Biloxi and all that good stuff. But yeah, so we started there, and then we finally got back, like I said, into our place. That year, no, guys were just spread out all over Pensacola, and then for that year, usually
Pretty
like you
nice
said,
spot though, eh?
oh yeah, yeah, it was very nice. Can't complain about it. Like you said, it doesn't. Maybe in January, February, or December in those ranges. I couldn't remember. It got a little bit, as they call, chilly for them, but for us, we could still be in shorts, right? But
Uh-huh.
yeah, no, it was a good spot. Like I said, can't complain. You know, you fuck come out of your rink, pardon my French again,
Yeah.
but you come out to, you know, what I mean, your house or the rink, and you see palm trees. You know, what I mean, you're enjoying, like, that's pretty sweet. You
No,
know,
I'd have a hard time focusing, I think, at on
yeah.
hockey.
So, but yeah, no, that year was okay. Like I said, it was a first year being pro, so going down there and playing.
You
Started
had
off,
47 points in 66 games in the coast in the during the lockout. That's a hell of a season for a rookie though.
yeah, not too bad. Exactly. I mean, I started off hot too, very hot.
Did you find it hard transitioning to pro out of junior?
Not so much. Like you said, I mean, you have to adjust a little bit. Obviously, the speed's a little bit more, but it was more always about the puck movement. That's what I found. Everywhere you went, it's just about moving the puck. And for teaching any of these young kids nowadays, it's let the puck do the work and skate to a hole and get it back. Right. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing I could tell you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I learned up there. I learned how to, you know what I mean, play without the puck. That's
Well,
basically it.
I had found in pro, I had a couple months where it took me some time to adjust. Like when I got down to the
Yeah.
coast, like people were positionally much better than like in college where we were just skating around like
Oh,
donkeys,
100%.
right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
everybody's
College.
stick
Go, go,
positionings are
go.
in the
Yeah.
right spot and they're not just trying to
Yeah.
kill you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely an
No,
adjustment, different game.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, it was like I said, it was definitely adjustment. But at the beginning, I adjusted quite well. I mean, I was playing with some pretty good players like Jordan Kristanovich. He played in the NHL for a bit. He was there. You know what I mean, I played and I mean, I scored that year. I started off the season. I scored the first goal for the team that year. So yeah, they gave me a puck and mounted it and all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So it was pretty cool.
Good to get
And
off to a good start. Yeah.
yeah, and then I think it was I can't remember how many games we were in the season, but all of a sudden the coach told me that I was getting called up right away early in the season to St. John's, the Maple Leafs, and the first actually game was here in Edmonton against the Edmonton Roadrunners. So I actually got to come back home and play in front of my family and friends, which was for a 2-game series, which was pretty cool. So can't
Yeah, that would have been a pretty nice moment.
yeah.
Did you get any ice time when you got called up?
Yeah, I got a little bit of ice time. Obviously, when you get called up, you're more the fourth line type guy. But yeah, no, I played hard, things like that, and I think I ran somebody pretty hard, and I got a penalty. So at least I got myself on the Videotron that way. my name got my name got announced, so I
Yeah.
was pretty happy with big smiles in the penalty box, and yeah,
So you did get some AHL games that first year then?
yeah, yeah. I think I got I think only I think it was 4 games that year,
Well, it
and
would
I
have been
played.
tough during the lockout.
Yeah, so
But then the next year, so then the NHL's back, and then do you
yeah.
go to like the full NHL camp for
Oh yeah, yeah, that
yeah.
was cool. Yeah, the NHL camp was going on. Attended it, obviously. You know what I mean? Chances of making it are tough, like anybody, right? You go and give it your best. Then I got hurt a little bit. I think in the American Hockey League training camp a little bit. I hurt my groin or something like that. So, but I got healed up and I was ready to go for the opener. So I actually started with the Toronto Marlies that year. So when they moved there, and yeah, I played. I played. I think right at the beginning, I played the first 4 games. I actually was doing quite well. 3 points in 4 games I had. And then I got, yeah, I don't know, they kind of told me that it wasn't good enough, I guess. And they sent me down to the East Coast Hockey League. It is what it is, right?
It's
And
weird, man. North American Pro is a very weird game because,
yeah,
like,
so
even if you're playing good, if it has to do with some other guy's contract that's getting sent down, and it's
yeah,
just a numbers game that then pushes you out.
exactly.
Yeah, it's weird once they like decide where you're at in their
Yeah,
order, right?
exactly. So that's yeah, that could have been what it was and things like that. And yeah, so like I said, got sent down and whatever, took it in stride. I went down and played in Pensacola. That year was yeah, I don't know. The team down there wasn't as strong, I guess, as the year before. So it was you know what I mean, but that year actually it wasn't that bad because when we got down there, my first place actually I was living right on the beach. So so come out yeah, my condo was right there and right on Pensacola Beach and
Well, the
yeah,
last guy that was on, the guy Sharpie that you
yeah,
played with in
yeah,
Bietigheim, when
yeah,
he won in the coast, he slept on Pensacola Beach. He slept on the
yeah.
beach that night he won it. Yeah. Small
Oh
world,
yeah.
eh?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, it was fun time. Like I said, living on the beach, things like that. And then yeah,
How
enjoyed
many?
it.
And then you did play what, 20 games in the A that year. So you were up and down a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I played like you mentioned, I played 20 games that year, up and down. I think I was up there, like I said, in especially February time, the deadline comes obviously in March all the time for everybody. Yeah, I played. It was a weird situation. Like I felt I mean, I played two games at the beginning of February and then you know, I mean, I worked my butt off all the time and just I didn't complain. I just worked. But it was like every weekend they would tell me, "Yeah, you're gonna dress for warm-ups," and then they would tell me after if I'm playing, "No, no, you're on the bike now for 500-calorie bike rides." I did 4 500-calorie bike rides in the month of February. I asked the trainer, I'm like, "Man, am I like here for Tour de France or am I here to play hockey?" Right? I'm like,
Well, that was the same thing when I got to the AHL, man. I hated
"Oh,
it. What a mental pretzel it is when you go
oh."
out for a game and you're trying to be prepared, but all you want to know is if they put the jersey in the stall. Why couldn't they tell me that before I went out for warm up? Did they really have to wait until warm up to
Yeah.
decide I wasn't playing?
Well, that's the thing, right? And you're
It's
called up.
heartbreaking. You walk
Yeah,
in and then the jersey's not there. Grow the
yeah.
fuck up.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's the problem. Like you know, they don't
Talk
tell
to the
you.
guy like a man in the morning and say, "Hey, bud, you're
Yeah,
not
I
going to play
agree.
tonight. Like
Well, you
nothing's going to
take
change from here till then." Like, what a
yeah, but
joke.
you take pregame skate. I mean, you take yeah pregame skate in the morning. Then you know, what I mean, when you're called up, you're always living in a hotel, right? Like they put you in a
Yeah.
hotel
Oh
set up
yeah.
there. Well, you're spending your own money too. You're not. I mean, you're not getting the per diem or anything to go eat. So let's be honest, you're going to buy a nice meal for yourself to get yourself ready to play. Well, you know, I mean, if I didn't know I was playing, I'd just go to Subway and buy a sub or something. You know, like just like go spend a good penny on eating good and all that. Go to the rink, take warm up. It's like, okay, get on the bike now. It's like, oh, I'm like, come on, man. Like,
Well, it's like you prepare all day and you think you're playing, and then
100%. Have your
they
nap,
just
you
they
know?
just deflate the tires on you, and you're like, really? I'll go work out then while they play hockey. Cool.
Yeah.
That
Oh
sounds
yeah.
fun. I love
Like,
working out.
yeah. No, it was awesome. I loved being up there. The coach that year was Paul Maurice. Great human being, great coach. Like like when they had to send me down to like you just mentioned to at the deadline they had to send me back down to East Coast Hockey League. Conversation we had, he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I wish I could keep you here because you got a big heart and you work hard, like big heart, you work hard, you got a lot of skill, you can play here, but it's not coming from me. It's actually like you mentioned, coming from someone above me, and I don't have the power to keep you here, right?" And I was like, "No, that's understandable, right?" So
And that's what happens. Yeah.
exactly. So, but my highlight with the Toronto Maple Leafs would be in my third year of my contract, going into training camp. I actually got the chance to room with Eric Lindros, so that's my highlight by
Your
a
roommate
mile.
at training camp was
Roommate
Eric
at training
Lindros.
camp, Eric Lindros was my roommate.
Really?
this guy, this guy was a beauty. He was like everybody talks about what kind of person this guy was when he was Philly. No way, this guy is a beauty. Like awesome. He was treating me like I was the guy making millions of dollars, and he was the amateur guy. Like just the way he presented himself, he was like just a great human being. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have guessed they'd put Eric Lindros with like a guy that's
Yeah.
in the in between the coast and the A, right? I don't know
Yeah,
how
like,
they decide those things sometimes.
yeah, me either. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Like I said, we were roommates, and
Because he was like already like he'd be a Hall of Famer, wouldn't he?
pretty much, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think so. I think soon enough you'll get his name in there if he's not
Um,
in there.
yeah, I don't know. I don't keep track of all that. Okay. So year 3 though of that deal, the East Coast team is not in Pensacola. You're in the Columbia Inferno, and that's a nice place to live, eh?
Well, yeah, in a way, because the college is there, so it's I can't complain about that. Like, so when the team
What are
was
you?
together,
What's wrong with it? I went there to play them, and I'm like, look at this.
wow,
I was in Dayton, Ohio. What do you like?
yeah,
Daytona Beach.
like the city alone is a great place. Don't get me wrong. They got the college going on, the Gamecocks, right, and all that stuff. Awesome place. Like, yeah, I mean, you could go and have a good time, go have a couple drinks, or even like you get a night off. You go and like we usually do, go party a little bit and have a good right, have fun.
Let your hair down.
The
Navigating
rink,
Lieutenant, Mayfield Brewing
yeah.
Company.
Look at this guy. Hasn't changed. I like it. I like it. But
Was
yeah,
I
I know
supposed to
it's
change?
the rink was terrible. It was an old basketball place. It sounded like a giant bowling alley when you'd skate on the ice because it was so hollow. They had sand underneath it or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. That year was just for me. I don't know that was a point of. I mean, after that season, I didn't even know if I wanted to play hockey, to be honest with you, because that place kind of ruined me for hockey. It was a
Wasn't a
terrible
good
feeling.
year.
No, it was a terrible feeling when you get called up to the AHL hockey team and you get a chance to play third line or fourth line, but you get to play power play, sometimes play penalty kill for those guys. And then when you get sent down to the East Coast team, the coach comes to you and tells you, well, you're not even in the lineup, but you're not good enough to play in the power play or penalty kill for our team here. I was like, well, this makes no sense. This is like ridiculous. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it was frustrating.
Some of the stuff that happens, man, between the AHL, the East Coast, like there were guys in Dayton on our team, and like I knew how frustrated and upset they were. They were kids on 3-year entry level deals, right? And then like other guys that were East Coast contracts were playing first line, and it's like, it is interesting all the stuff that goes on. But
for sure.
couple guys that were on that team, Tyson Marsh.
Yeah, Marshy. Yeah.
Played with him in Cardiff. He was my captain. We did our MBAs together.
Yeah.
And then Mike Jarmuth and Lucas Drake, Western Michigan Broncos.
Yeah. I remember those guys. Yeah.
Jeremy was he's one dandy. He lives around the corner from here.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't seen him forever though. He's about maybe an hour away.
Around the corner, but I haven't.
Well, like an hour away, but like I don't see him ever.
Yeah,
just like everybody else.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, so then after that year, I guess it didn't go well. You didn't know what you wanted to do. So how do you end up signing with the Stockton Thunder?
Yeah, well, my like I said, my agent started looking around. Like I said, I still wanted to play hockey, things like that, and then that's when the Oilers got their
How
farm
old
team.
are you? You're young still.
Yeah, I think it was 23 or 24 at that time. I think somewhere in that range.
Yeah, like I'm not even starting pro yet, right? And like you're already done a 3-year entry level deal, and we're the same age.
Yeah, no doubt. And then I got there and signed an East Coast Hockey League deal. I was pumped actually. I was like, here's maybe a fresh start, good opportunity, things like that. And the coach was really, really excited to have me there and all that stuff. And like I said, I did well during training camp, did well during the preseason, all that stuff. And then once the Oilers started sending guys down,
you start seeing what's happening, and you're like,
it started pushing guys out, right?
Yeah,
right. So the coach is like, he started panicking a little bit, like, oh shit. So he's like, I'm gonna have to release you because, and my cousin at that time, Kevin St. Jacques, he was playing in Bakersfield, so he knew the coach, and he's like, just put him on IR or whatever it is there, and things like that. Keep him because he's a good player, but yeah, it ended up like I said, I was there for a short period of time. I enjoyed it, like you said, and
so then you caught on with the Victoria Salmon Kings.
Yeah, I got on there because I was playing with Jordan Kristanovich, you know what I mean, in Pensacola, and that's where he ended up up there in
so
Victoria.
He puts in a good word for you and says, "I want to play with this guy."
Yeah, so they were always asking. They see my name on the wire, and Mark Morrison there, the coach, he knew my cousin Kevin, so he called my cousin to ask about myself too, because I was actually down visiting him because I didn't know what to do yet. And I took the phone call after that. He called me and said, we'd like you to come play for. We'll pick you up off the waivers. I said, yeah, hell yeah. So I basically was visiting down there for a couple of days. My cousin got the call and made my way up to Victoria, and I ended up playing there for 2 years. And I love the place. Victoria was a really cool place.
I've never been out there. It's
Yeah,
pretty nice, isn't it?
yeah, it's awesome, man. The weather's always nice, things like that. Like my 2 years I was there, the second year I got to live on a Bear Mountain, it's called. So Bear Mountain's where the big golf course is up there and all that, and the big rich people live. And
you were up there with the rich folks.
Yeah, well, we were living in the guy that is from there. He was playing in the NHL, I think, for Anaheim at that time. The team was renting his apartment from him, so so it's pretty cool.
That's a good setup.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't complain. So.
What's the rink like out there? Do they get fans?
Oh yeah, they got great fans. It's actually I think it's about a 7,000 seater arena. It's a one bowl, but they got what do you call it there? Boxes and all that stuff too. Yeah. So yeah, it's a nice little rink. It's exactly like the Kelowna Rockets rink. If you ever see pictures of that, it's the same builder, same guys that own it, things like that. So, but the fans were great, and you know what I mean. Now,
so your first year there, when you left Stockton and end up with Victoria, you played 11 playoff games. So you guys were a pretty good team then.
Yeah, we were pretty depth. Like I said, I think we got to the second round in that year and lost out. But we had some guys, like I said, we had some good players on that team. And it was enjoyable. Like I said, can't complain.
Yeah. So then, your next year, then you put up really good numbers again on the coast. That's year 5 of pro, 60 points and 70 games played, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what. I had a really good year that year. I thought, if I came in. Push myself in the summertime to get ready for that year. And which I did. I had a really good year, and then my goal was either to see if I could sign on with obviously get called up again, or sign another maybe an American Hockey League deal. But nothing panned out in North America, and I got to a point where I was, like you said, I was 25 years old, and I said time to move on, and I think go make a career in Europe. So
yeah. So how does that happen then? So after, and you're right. That's where we all get to, right? You get to an age and you're like, I'm in the East Coast. And that's really, once you get to a certain age, you're like, okay, it's time to look elsewhere. But how do you end up with the Tilburg Trappers of the Netherlands League, the Dutch league?
Well, my agent at the time, he, like I said, he had contacts over in Europe, and there was an opportunity. The coach there actually coached my cousin in Bakersfield. And they were looking.
So there's a connection there.
Yeah, exactly, a little bit, right? So he knew my cousin, and they were looking for players. And then my name obviously came up, and they gave me an opportunity to come there. So right away, I was like,
you had 60 points in 70 East Coast games, though. You would have had to have had some options, right? Or did they pay decent money?
The funny thing is, I didn't really have many options. I don't know if I was, because I couldn't remember if I was waiting for more opportunity from somewhere else or not, but then this one was kind of the last resort. So I said, I'll just get over there and have some fun with it and make a name. And like you mentioned, I did pretty good in Holland there. So
you did all right in the Dutch league. 50 goals and 45 games played, eh?
Yeah,
that's 50 and 50, folks. Not many people do that.
I was to be honest with you, I don't know how I did it. It's a shock for me too, but I
50
just
50 goals. So you had over a goal a game.
Yeah, I was. I had a good line pairing. Let's be honest. A guy from actually Ontario, I think maybe, I don't even know. Daryl Bat, his name is. Good line mate to have. He would call Batman. Good skilled player that could get you the puck and things like that. And we played with another Dutch national player guy. He was on our line. So, but it was a good line. And
so what's that league like? What's like, is it a lot of imports or is it just a couple per team?
Yeah, there was, I think in the Dutch league, I think you could have, what do we have? I think 8. I think we had 8. It's almost like the DL, I think. kind of similar to that when they had like 8 imports or
So if
whatever.
they want to pay for that many, they can, but it's
Oh
really
yeah,
the top
100%. Yeah, if
teams.
they have the money, yeah, definitely they could pay. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's a lot of goals you put up, sir.
yeah.
99 points, though. You couldn't mix in that next one, to get
No,
to
I was
100.
trying to definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So is your team good though? You guys had to have been good.
yeah, we were always at the basically battling with a place called Nijmegen. So Nijmegen Devils. And it was always between us and them, always winning the I guess the top of the division and winning the championship.
So did you guys lose to them that year?
Yeah, we lost them in the championship game. Yeah. So yeah, it went down right to
It's
the
only
wire.
one game.
No, I think it was a best of 5 and the first team to get to 3 or something like that. And I think they beat us in game 5. So yeah,
Oh, that sucks.
it sucked, but I mean, they, like I said, they had a pretty good team, and I mean, we had fun. I mean, it is what it is. As
Yeah.
long as you battle the best you can.
So then from there, how do you get to the Edinburgh Capitals? Edinburgh.
Well, at that time, like I said, I was, I mean, there was a guy that played actually with Tilburg and then ended up in Italy. Kind of same situation. He had good points from Tilburg, and I thought maybe I could hold out a little bit longer. My cousin was already, I think, in Italy, so he was trying to get me to his team as well. So in a way, I was holding out to, like I said, try to negotiate a good contract and make some money while you're going over there. And yeah, stuff just didn't some stuff didn't pan out. And then yeah, England popped up, and I was like, I'll go try it there. Why not? You know what I mean? Like I said, it's
Scotland, right?
it's Scotland, but it's in the English league.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know what I mean? I got over there, and fuck, I did
Well,
really
you
good.
ran a muck 49 points in 28 games.
Yeah, no, I think
Did
yeah,
you back check?
I tried to, but yeah,
Did
no,
you?
it was I was a
49 points in 28 games played.
yeah, I know it's I did really well, like I said, but that's what happens when you're in Europe and you're on the ice nonstop, pretty much, right? Like
Yeah,
they,
there's
they
goals happen.
yeah, they didn't take the top very much, so that's yeah, and I
Dude,
like I
that's
said,
a lot of points, man. Like
yeah,
I saw it was you and another guy, Adam Taylor. He had 45 points in 31 games.
yeah, we started playing on the same line together and all that stuff, and that's where we started clicking,
And did
and we
he
played.
leave too? Because he only played 31 games.
Yeah, he left as well, and then we played with another guy, Nicholas Fanto, too. His name was. So that was basically our line, and we just, yeah, we ran with it, and yeah, we were scoring shorthanded. We were scoring power play 5-on-5. Like we were just, yeah, things that we were touching was just going to the net. So,
Was your team any good?
not really. No, we were
You're
more the
getting 2
bottom.
points a game. You got to be half decent, no?
Not really. Like we were okay. Don't get me wrong. We had a good goaltender. His name's Scott Reed. He's actually married to Megan Mickelson, that played for Team Canada on the female team there. So,
Okay.
so he was our goalie, and yeah, like I said, we didn't have a bad team. Don't get me wrong. Just yeah, I mean, you had the other stronger teams like Nottingham and Sheffield and all those guys, right? So
Yeah. So you were
yeah.
there for 28 games. So, but that's a nice city, eh?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, there was me and 2 other guys. We moved into a different apartment. From my window, I could see the castle. So, like, you know, I mean, any day that the sunshine popped up, it's just so beautiful to just, there's the big castle on the hill, right? So,
Yeah.
but overall, the city was awesome. Had a great time, and
Were you playing for a player coach probably?
it was what was his name? The guy that played for the Tampa Bay Lightning, his brother his last name is Grattan. So I think now he's coaching maybe
Oh,
in Denmark, maybe.
is
I'm
it
not too
Brad
sure.
Grattan?
Brad Grattan, yeah, Brad Grattan.
Chris Grattan's the other one.
Chris Grattan's the guy that played in the NHL, and that's his brother Brad, I think. Yeah, so
Yeah, I think I know
yeah,
those
so that's the
names.
guy that was our coach, and then after that, yeah, it was just I think he got fired or something like that, and then yeah, we had like the assistant coach kind of come in and just kind of take over and whatever. And
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, then you realize they're just trying to pinch pennies, and it's like, oh, I better get out of
Yeah.
here so I keep getting paid.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
at least I got 49 points in 28 games.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
remember when we were signing you because I was in Bietigheim, and it was
Yeah.
one of the years we were struggling, and I had been there when we were the top of the league. We had a budget, and then it all tanked, and then we weren't good. And when they were bringing in a guy in the middle of the season and like investing in the team, I was like, thank you. Like, here we go. We're trying to be good again. But yeah, so you switched to Bietigheim halfway through. So that would have been Danny Held that brought you over.
Yeah, that would be Danny. Yeah. That's
he was a
correct.
beauty.
Yeah, good old Danny. Yeah, for sure. He was.
Yeah. He passed away there. Yeah. So that sucks.
Yeah.
Anyways, what a beauty. So when you get over there, then it was the year, what is it with the two French imports to be? Was it with,
yeah, it was
is it Laton Dress and Slager?
Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, yourself.
And then a couple Kudelka's a Czech D-man, right, on the team?
David Kudelka. Yeah, and I remember him because, like I said, he played with my cousin in Bakersfield, so I knew him a little bit. Things like that. So, but yeah, no, it was like you said, that was the time when you have 5 imports and I was the 6th guy coming in because there was injuries and all that stuff.
Right.
But
yeah. And that was the year we started off really poorly with the other coach. Danny came in and we turned the whole ship around, made it to the pre-playoffs, and then got put out. Right.
Yeah.
I remember now. Okay. Do you remember the train game? Where you go to Rosenheim on the bus as a hockey team, and then win or lose, fans know we're taking a train back to Bietigheim.
Yeah, of course. That's what like I said, man. How could you forget that? It was when I first just got over there. So
that was when you had first been there,
right?
That's
when I just got over there. Like I said,
see, I had been there for years and I had never got to do anything like that. And I couldn't believe it.
That was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was so not to be rude, but like I said, I was so shy. I was kind of sitting there, like kind of, sitting with other guys and things like that. And then you just get fans that come up to you and just grab you and you're like, come, we go drink. I was like, okay, sounds good, man. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? Nobody you don't really even know. And then
they want you to drink with them. Like,
oh yeah, like I couldn't believe it. It was so like it was enjoyable. I had fun, and like I said,
that train was out of control.
Oh,
out of control.
There was the middle,
folks. For people that don't get it, there is literally a bar on a train. So we go play the game in Rosenheim, win or lose. The fans know this is happening. They've taken the train there. They've drank all the way there. They drink all the way through the game. And then after the game, we get on the train with them and they are buckled. All of them are buckled. And then we're like, well, let's get into this.
Yeah.
And then they all drink with you. And that train on the way back, man, what a mess. And then we got back to the train station and there was still a big party at the train station.
Yeah, there was, because there's a bar there. Yeah, we were still
getting burping in the mic, folks.
we're still getting hammered there and having a good time. So
it was wild. And I thought it was so cool to do that. Like at least you got to like
experience it.
And how the party on a train with the fans.
Oh right? Yeah, like I said, I've never seen it before. Like you said, I think it was like you mentioned on the train, and it was like the middle cart or whatever. That was where the bar was, and it was like disco ball, and like it was like
it was
what's going on here, man. I walked in, I was like, this is unreal. Like this is sick. Like
and then you get the fans that are just totaled, that can't even talk at all. And they're all up in your, and they're all up in your business and spitting on
you're the
you.
Best.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you're like
arm around you. Yeah,
give me a beer. How about
that? Okay, so then the next year we both come back. I guess we have a tough start, right? Danny gets let go. We get the new coach, and then that's the year I get my hernia and I'm done, right?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's with Sharpie and PJ and Ty Morris, right? That's that squad.
Yeah. That was And then that's when Kevin came in, I believe, right?
That's right. So then we're in relegation, and I don't play any of that. I'm out. They don't want me back. But then you resign, and they bring in like the Slovenians, the Rodman brothers. They were good, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Dave and Marcel, they were, like you said, Kevin knew them from, I think, when he was coaching Austria, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
But two solid players, two solid like guys. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's cool. Way to go, guys. You guys won the championship after they brought you in instead of me. Way to go.
It was crazy how I
got nothing against you, Rodmans. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, for sure, eh? But it was like you mentioned, yeah, it was pretty insane how it worked out. Like you said, that Kevin comes in, saves. I mean, like does a great job as a coach to save the team from relegation. Players do a good job to do it. That's the shitty thing over there too with Europe a little bit. You give all your best, and sometimes then, like you said, well, it's like thanks for your time. See you later. You saved us, right? Like ciao. Like there's no guarantees, which kind of sucks, right? Like, but give Kevin credit, like you said. Then he takes the team from like that was almost last place the year before, and then the following year we win a championship. It's like,
well, that you do realize it's all about the budget in that league, right?
100%. That's all it is.
They gave him a budget.
They gave him finally something that he could work with.
The year before, if Danny Held has a budget, he could probably win a lot of games, but he had no budget.
Yeah, exactly. That's the honest truth. With Europe, if you got good sponsors that have a good budget and give you a budget, 100%. I don't disagree with you. Yeah, that's what Europe's all about. It's all about, investing.
Well,
right?
and then that guy, whatever he is as a coach, but then he looks great because he takes them from there to there. But all these fans don't realize, well, he got to pay the Rodmans whatever to come from Austria to play for Bietigheim. Like they were making bucks.
I don't think they were making chump change. That's for sure. So
right. So it's like, well, then you're good again when you pay for good players. That's how it works.
Yeah, and it's the honest truth, like you just said. Exactly.
So what trophy were you sleeping with? That on your poster? What's that huge cup? That's
the championship cup? Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the one for the second league in Germany when I won.
Oh, that's the new one, buddy. That was when they came DL2.
Oh, so they changed the name of the league, so now it's a new cup.
Yeah, it's a new cup. Exactly.
I wonder what happened to the cup I won.
Yeah. Well, that's probably in the trash now. So, but yeah, this big one, man, it's awesome. It's fucking the cup, like, holy man,
it was huge, eh?
Oh, it was big, man. I kicked
you
my
could
girlfriend.
Put a lot of drinks in that. It'd be hard to drink out of.
Oh, 100%. It was sick, but yeah, that's what that picture that, like I said, I sent you there. Yeah, I had to kick my girlfriend, which is my wife now, out of the bed so I could sleep with this thing. So I told her she's on the couch. So.
So well, that was a nice looking trophy, bud. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. We didn't put up any of a fight in Hellbrod, so I can't be that upset. We were out first round.
Yeah.
Never saw you at all.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. It was a good year though. Yeah. Can't complain.
Yeah, no, and then I was with Dougie and PJ too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
PJ, you can stop dodging the shed whenever you feel like it, big guy. We're ready for you whenever you want. Right. So then you what's that? You re-sign again then for a third year.
Yeah.
So you'd be a half year and then you re-sign again after you win it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who else did they bring back other than you for the imports?
Oh man, I can't remember.
I don't think anybody else. You win a championship. I think Dougie and PJ are out of there because I don't think the coach even wanted them that year. He tried to get rid of them after. So they were on 2-year deals with Danny Held. Danny gets fired, and then Gaudette wants new guys. He wants me out of there, and he wants them out of there, and we're like the 3 leading scorers. And he tried to get rid of them on 2-year deals, and they both ended up going back. And they're like, "No."
Yeah, exactly. Then
what a fun year when your coach doesn't want you, and then you guys win the championship. Makes me sick.
Yeah, and then the following year, I think, like I said. I think that's what you were saying. Like I think they were trying to buy out Dougie and PJ, kept them, and all of a sudden he like you said, then Kevin, I think the following year kept PJ for another year after that.
I think he went somewhere else.
Or did he go Hellbrod
somewhere.
Right?
He did go somewhere else. Yeah, but I couldn't imagine when a coach tries to buy you out and doesn't want you to have to play for him for a year and then win the championship. That would suck.
Yeah. So I think I signed another year after that. I can't remember who the imports were though.
Yeah. Well, it's just weird for me that you guys won the championship and then like they were cleaning house, and it's like, how is that a team? But what do I know? Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
So then the next year though, you guys did well again because you had a lot of playoff games again. So did you lose in the finals?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. We won the year before. I think it was against Fishtown.
Oh, did Justin Kelly join the team then?
Not that year, no.
No.
Oh, he was the following year. He was in Ravensburg, I think, the following year.
Oh, that's when he ran a muck in Ravensburg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, he was there. That year that we made it to the finals again, we played actually Fishtown Penguins there again, Bremerhaven.
Bremerhaven, the
Yeah,
Penguins. Yeah.
and we lost to them in the finals that time.
And
So
that's when they go up to DL.
yeah. Well, the first year when we won, we beat Schwinnigan, right? And that's when we were supposed to actually go to the DEL because we won the league, but we didn't have the funds.
Hey,
So
I've been through it, buddy. I was there before. We won it too. And they said we were going to go up and then didn't.
yeah, exactly. So I know who was it? Hanover Indians it was, I believe, right? They were in the DL and then they had to forfeit out because they didn't have money. So then we won the championship and then Schwinnigan was in the semifinal or finals against us. So it was whoever put up the more money, and sure enough, Schwinnigan come out of nowhere and boom,
Puts
they
up
go
more money and then they go up. And
Yeah,
and
they
then
go
it's
up.
interesting because imports that played for their team are then DL players. And
Yeah.
got you guys that won the championship and beat them are still DL2 players, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy, like you said. So then, yeah, we win that year, go to the finals the next year, lose to Bremerhaven, and then I believe after that year, I think I went to Kaufborn. After that, I think.
No, you're wrong. You're full of
Probably.
shit. Okay. Your last year in Bietigheim research team was hot, was your best year. 61 points in 50 games. And I got written down, why don't you come back? So what it seems to me is there wasn't much loyalty with imports in Bietigheim at the time, but you're like a point a game player your whole career or in Bietigheim. And now you got over 10 points over a point a game. And now you don't come back. Explain.
Yeah. I don't know. That was an odd situation, to be honest with you. Is like you said, I had a good year. Yeah, and all that good stuff. I think that's the year then they brought in Matt McKnight or Nick McKnight and from Weisswasser, right?
Yeah.
Summerfield and all them. So they brought him over and a couple other guys. But yeah, I had a good year, like you mentioned. And then yeah, I don't know. That was the year. That was the year actually that I got, like you said, we got to the finals and we lost to Bremerhaven. But I don't know. I got injured right in the first game. I hurt my back. I was playing through it all year, and then all of a sudden February came and my back locked up on me.
The year you had all those points, your back locked up on you.
Oh yeah. It was crazy, unbelievable. Like I was playing through injury. I didn't even know. I went to Ortema, did MRIs and everything like that. They said I was fine, and then I guess the doctor from Bietigheim does the soccer teams around there. He looked at my MRI and said I had a herniated disc in my back. So I was playing with a herniated disc. So he kind of clicked me back in and I was feeling good. He gave me like a shot in the back. So I actually was feeling well, but you know how that is when you're playing with injuries, they're all whacked up and all that. And
well, then when you start getting the shots, man,
yeah.
To play, like I remember the doctor at Bietigheim would freeze my shoulder for a few games. I remember the one time, like it would have been probably you guys, you would have been part of it. You guys are going out for warm up, and I literally had passed out in the little training room there, and I was sleeping while you guys were going out for warm ups because he had mixed it a little too strong. He said,
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. So, but yeah, no, yeah. But yeah, no, it was a crazy, like I said, it was crazy.
So the negotiations are basically they're like, well, we're not even offering, like there's no offer at all.
How it happened, like I said, so I played through playoffs, right? And all this stuff so what happened with me, I played through all that garbage. 1 week before playoffs, I get hurt. I pulled my groin. So being smart, I tensor bandaged my one fucking growing up. Worst mistake ever you can do. Play through that. Sure enough, my other groin gets pulled. So
like the tensor bandage is going to help your groin, right? Like wrapping that up is actually going to help your groin not be pulled. Yeah.
So I got two pulled groins. I'm playing through that, and then all of a sudden, the trainer tensor bandages that one up. I was like, okay, perfect. I'm nice and tight. I'm ready. Sure enough, my lower abdominal gets pulled. So could you imagine? Like, so my girlfriend at the time now was my wife. We were in the finals against Bremerhaven, and I played through all this stuff, injuries. So you're
saying double pull, 2 pulled groins, a herniated disc,
and a lower abdominal pull too. So if you can imagine, if people experience this, try getting out of bed. I had to roll like an old man out of my bed, and I went to the rink and I still played.
Yeah.
So And then Kevin Gaudette fought for me because he wanted me back on the team again to resign. And Volker Schulk said, no, we don't want him back this year.
Who's that?
He's the man. He's the GM or whatever it is there in Bietigheim.
Kevin wasn't in charge of who he signed because he sure was when I was there.
No, he had no. Volker told him no, and he was kind of really pissed off about it. So
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kevin was the guy that picked the team, not some other guy I've never heard of.
So, well, no, not now. I'll tell you something. It's Volker. Volker Schulk is the guy that.
So this guy comes in and then tells Kevin he no longer picks his own team as the coach.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that why he probably wanted to leave then? Because he
maybe
had full control when I was there.
Oh yeah, he did. But yeah, maybe it could be like that. And so then that's when I think I moved on to Kaufborn and went and played with my buddy Daniel Polzer.
Oh yeah, Opie.
Yeah, good old Opie, yeah.
Yeah, so you went there to play with him.
Yeah, I played for 1 year there, yeah. And
you did well there too, but that's not where you went after that year. You went to Sturzing Vipitino in Italy.
Oh no, that's after, my friend. You're way past. Yeah,
no,
this is
dude. The research team was hot, man. You're 3 years in Bietigheim. After that, 2014-15, you go to Sturzing Vipitino. Kaufborn is after that year.
That's true.
You don't even know what you did. You're a mess.
I'm a mess.
The research team is hot. And you went to goddamn Sturzing Vipitino.
Too many concussions.
Seriously, because Sturzing Vipitino, when I leave, where am I leaving? I'm leaving Hellbron, and I'm starting to try and find shit on my own because my agent isn't doing much. And I reached out. Sturzing Vipitino is one of the teams that like I was talking with, and we were trying to come to a deal. Actually, I think it's after my Denmark year. But anyways, I talked to them. I was looking up the city. I've checked it all out, and it was not a ski area.
Oh yeah, it was pretty cool little area. Yeah, right in the mountain type thing. So like you said, that's what happened. That's when I got booted from Bietigheim. Yeah, and I signed up with Stertzing. Went down there, played. I think I played. I can't even remember how many games I played.
15.
Yeah, 15.
Research like team was hot, buddy.
Yeah, they definitely were.
You had about a point a game though. 14 points
pretty close. And then they told me that wasn't good enough and for their league, I guess, and for their team or something. So I was like, yeah, whatever, man. That's your opinion. So I moved on from there and then went up to Vadermark, I think it was. Yeah,
in the third league. You know what's funny though in small world is when the research team looked at that, so you left Sturzing. The guy they brought in, I played with in Denmark, was Jason Walters.
Walters. Yeah.
So I looked like they brought him in after. He was the guy that played in Denmark. He was like our defensive forward that blocked all the shots on the penalty.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So they were looking, I don't know. I'm not too sure what they were doing.
He was a good player though. But anyway, so then you do get a deal though in Germany. So what's it like when you got a German girlfriend or fiance or wife at that point that you're starting to like, you're not just in Bietigheim anymore. She's not just the Lamb of Bar waitress. She's going to have to follow you around, or was she back there?
Yeah, no, she went back to, we went back, like once we were in, like I said, Stertzing, like I told her, she was my girlfriend at the time. And I asked her if she wanted to come with me. She did. And then we obviously had to pack up. We went back to Bietigheim, was in Bietigheim for a bit. And then actually a connection once again with Kevin, obviously, from when he started in Germany. That's up in north up there in Vadermark. That's where he started to kind of play and become a coach as well. So that's where I got the connection with the owners up there. And then they brought me up there to help out the two young imports over there. And I played there for a bit, had some fun, enjoyed it. And then, after that, I got my chance to go down and I had a tryout in Switzerland in the Swiss B League. So
you had to try it with the Swiss B League.
Yeah, and I believe it was Olten.
When did that happen?
In January. Yeah.
Did you play? You didn't play any games? It was just
no games. No, I was just on like a tryout base type thing. So I went down there. Just I was on a practice, like I was just practice with the team. They wanted to see how I'd compete and all that stuff. I did well. I thought the practices went well. Skated well with those guys. Worked out with them. Did all that good stuff. It was getting to a deadline there where they were trying to make a decision if they were taking another guy on or not. They weren't too sure yet. That's why they just I was
Yeah.
in there. I was there. So I went down. I experienced it. I enjoyed it, but at the time they weren't. They said in the end they weren't looking to sign another guy. So back to Bietigheim I went, and then
So you had an option to go back to Bietigheim, but they were the ones that didn't want you the year before. So
there,
now,
yeah. So how it ended up was I went back to Bietigheim. I was in Bietigheim skating with the 1B team that they have there, because like I said, with all the buddies there, right?
because your
And
gal's there.
yeah, she's from there and she's got a place still, so we were living there. And then yeah, it came to it where the deadline was coming up where they had to make choices that you know how it is. They always add an extra import just in case someone goes down for playoffs.
Yeah.
So I was actually in contact with Rico Rossi from Castle. And then
The guy that signs me in Hellbron.
yeah,
Small
so
world,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah. So I was actually about to go up there and be the sixth import or fifth import, whatever it was. And then I went into the office of Bietigheim because I needed to get something like that. And I was talking to Volker Schultz, the manager, right? And he was talking. I told him, like, yeah, I'm about to sign up there. He's like, well, would you like to stay here in Bietigheim maybe? I was like, well, if things could work out, yeah, why not? My girlfriend's from here. It'd be, I mean, awesome. So it actually worked out in the end that I stayed in Bietigheim and yeah, and ended up that year fucking winning another championship. So
And you played a bunch of games in the playoffs too. So you weren't like you missed a few as the extra import, but you played a lot of games.
yeah, no, Kevin, like I said, Kevin really enjoyed me as a player and kept me in the lineup and things like that. So yeah, and I like I said, I just did the best I could and whenever I was in there and try to help those guys win and yeah, it was enjoyable. It was nice to give back. And that was that year that we gave it back to Bremerhaven, right? So we beat Bremerhaven in Bremerhaven. So
And that was in the second league still. So they hadn't
that
moved
was
up
still,
yet.
yeah. So they haven't moved up. No, that was when Schwinnigan moved up, right? So now, like you said, then
Confusing shit. It's whoever
yeah,
has money moves up and whoever has the rink. Yeah.
that's all it is. So yeah,
Well, that's cool. You won it again. So you
yeah,
beat Bremerhaven, eh? Did you
yeah.
guys have parades like we did when we won it?
Oh, it's huge, fucking huge parades. Yeah, downtown there and all the way to the rink and having all the fireworks and all the flames and all that shit. Oh yeah, it was a good
So they
time.
still did it like they did back in 2009. They didn't change too
Yeah,
much, eh?
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They weren't
So
getting used to winning championships then.
no, definitely not. But yeah, it was pretty crazy too as well. Like that. That's what that championship brings me back a lot of memories just due to the fact of my girlfriend obviously at that time was pregnant. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like that accidental thing, but hey, it was awesome, right? It turned out well. And just before that final game when we won, she found out that it was about to be that we were going to be having a boy. So I was even more jacked. And yeah,
This is right before the final game.
this is right before we won the championship game, like when we were up in Bremerhaven. And then meeting Kevin brings this up for some reason because I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'm having a boy. He's like, oh, that's awesome. So during the meeting, he's like, yeah, he has a good story to tell his kid that, you know what I mean? We called him the champ. So that's why his nickname is the champ, because we won the championship when I found out that he was a boy. So pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So, and you're in the lineup in the final games too, and they had signed you as the extra import.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you were just skating there on the other team, and then you're in the final game to win the championship.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So, but Justin Kelly, my centerman, when we won it there, he's on that team then too, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Is that the only time you played with him then?
Yeah, that's the only time I played with Kells. Yeah. Yeah. Because I
Okay.
think then I think he retired after that, maybe, or he played one more year, maybe in Bietigheim. And that's when I went to Kaufborn. I think that's what it was or something like that.
Yeah. So then you do go to Kaufborn after you win it. But yeah, those parades can get out of hand at Bietigheim. Eh? They're like the train rides from Rosenheim.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Those are good times.
They sure are. So in Kaufborn though, then she's pregnant then. So then the next season in Kaufborn, you have him, eh? The champ.
Yeah, the champ.
And you have a great season, 54 points in 45 games, eh?
Yeah, no.
Another good year.
Yeah, another good year. Yeah, like I said, I got the chance to wear the golden helmet, the golden nugget that they called it over there. So that was pretty cool little thing.
Is it? I hated it. When I went over there, they didn't have it.
Target.
They didn't have it. They didn't
No.
have gold helmets. and I'd been there for 2 years or something, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
they decide to start having it, and then you have to wear the gold helmet, and you're like, well, I'd get
Yeah.
so mad like when we were brutal in Bietigheim, and
Yeah.
like guys are wearing gold helmets, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'd be sitting on the bench, and the dude with a gold helmet is wide open in front of the net, and I'm like, are you guys serious? He's wearing a gold helmet in front of the
Yeah.
net, and
You
you
can't
guys
see
don't know to cover him. Fuck. No
Yeah.
wonder we're in fucking last place. Coaches are getting fired every year because we suck.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, because we had no
Yeah.
money. Because
Yeah.
Porsche lost all their money, right?
Force pulled out, buddy. Force
Yeah.
pulled out.
Gosh darn it. But Kaufborn's rink. Let's talk about that barn. It's a beauty, eh?
Oh, it's a fucking real beauty.
It's
a
like
fucking-
it's
Like a fucking bomb shelter.
a bomb shelter. I was thinking like a
Wow.
dungeon.
Fuck, dude. It's dark. They
But
got
it's
three
open
walls-
air too, right?
three-
Like there's
three
no
walls.
walls.
Yeah, 3 walls. They got 3 walls, but the one side's open. So fucking snow would be coming in, and oh yeah.
It's cold in there sometimes,
Yeah,
but
yeah, man.
great atmosphere, but a little dark. They could use some brighter lights, I'd say.
Yeah, well, their new rink is nice now, right? So
Oh, they have a new rink.
They do, yeah. Yeah. they built
Everybody's
a
got
one.
new rinks now, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Except Krimichow.
Hey, don't ever change, Krimichow. Don't ever change.
Don't change.
That kind of makes me sad. Kaufborn's got a new rink. So what are they in the second league still?
Yeah, they're still second league. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Do you still pay attention to all that stuff?
Fuck. It pops up on my Facebook sometimes or fucking stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like I said, I'm a hockey nerd still, like, and I pay attention to everybody, right? So
I hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. So after that good year in Kaufborn, then
yeah.
I don't know what age you're at, but you sign with Duisburg
Yeah. Duisburg Foxes.
in
Yeah.
the third league.
Yeah.
So you want to be in Germany, obviously.
Yeah.
But you just had a good year in the second league. So why are you signing the third league? Was it good money in the third league?
Yeah, it was a 2. I was looking to stay in Kaufborn, to be honest with you, for another year, but they didn't want to give me a 2-year contract. So this Duisburg team stepped up and they gave me a 2-year contract. Yeah, it was good. It was good money, but probably the worst decision ever to make, signing with this team. This, like I said, I could ramble on about this, but I won't, because if I say stuff, I could get in trouble or just things like that. Let's just say that I'm still battling for my money nowadays.
Really?
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah, still battling, and the guy threatened my family if I didn't leave the apartment. So yeah, oh yeah, it wasn't
The guy that like from the team?
the owner. Yeah, he had so many lawsuits against him from other players where he tried to just kick them out and not pay them their money. And my lawyer that I have always beat him in court because he does the same stupid move. So we just beat him every time. So I've actually beat him in court, but I'm still waiting for my money to this day, which is like 5 years.
Sounds like a great guy to play for.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's a real winner, this guy, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Threatening your family.
Oh yeah, definitely. He said he came up and said something in German, and my wife's like, "You can't say that." Like, bottom line, like, you don't. Who do you think you are? And blah blah blah. He basically told us that we didn't get out of our apartment. He was going to send Hell's Angels to our apartment and all this stuff. So yeah, it was it was just like, you know what?
And this is the guy that's supposed to be paying you and giving you a place to live so you'll play hockey for him.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, like I said, yeah. So we like I said, so basically I packed up and we kind of effed off from there and went right back to Bietigheim. And then
And so then you ended up finding your way to Krimichow, though. You got a deal.
Yeah, they made a deal. These guys made a deal because John Tripp was the coach, and he knew the guy from the coach from Duisburg, Lance Netherly, his name was. That was the coach there. And so they made an agreement that Duisburg would still pay me my money. They just wanted me to find a place for me to go play. So so I went and played there. It was.
That
like,
sounds wild.
Yeah, it was, and then
interesting year. It's tough when you've played in Bietigheim and everything was legit. You're getting paid on time.
Yeah,
They're paying the taxes. It's not cash, and then
Yeah.
you can get to different places in Europe, can't
Oh
you?
yeah. Pretty much all, like I said, they were nice to me and all that stuff. I had no problems with them. Like it was just the situation with Duisburg was just a shit
Toxic.
show. Oh, it was just a shit show. It's like I said, and you could, like I said, to this day, I'm still, obviously you could tell I'm still
So
waiting for
how
my.
does that happen when you're on a 2-year deal that he's trying to tell you to leave and not pay you? Is
Well,
he change his mind about paying you?
yeah, basically that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to rip me off my money. Yeah, and so the first year, like I said, he was going to pay me my money when to finish out the season with Kermit Chow. Like you said, when I went there, all of a sudden February's pay was like a week late. He said that he lost my bank account information. And then the following month after that, he waited one more month after that to pay me my money. My lawyer sent the message like, "Hey, you got to pay him now, right?" Like, so he paid me my money. And then in the summertime, he's like, "Yeah, we don't want him back next year." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Well, then buy me out." Bottom line, right? Like that's part of the game. He buy me out. That's not my problem. So he was trying to screw me over. So yeah, I had to spend all money basically to get my family over to Germany because I'm showing that I'm willing to come there still to play. So I paid all this money to fly over there. Then we were living in Bietigheim because he didn't want me to come. So I was like, okay, well, we need a place to stay. So we were renting a place off my money, rented a car, but you know how that is. Well, though you're supposed to get that all from the team, all supplies.
Oh, and that's expensive. You don't have the money or
So,
savings for
so
that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
this was getting back. This was building up. And then it came to a point where the new team just came in, Bad Tolts, right? The Bad Tolts
You
team just
paid for your whole family to fly over and started paying an apartment and a car over there. That is
40
not cheap.
$4,500 just to fly us three over there, but so 45 and then try to, yeah, about
Well,
800,
then the apartments aren't going to be cheap unless you're living in a shithole.
800 euros a month too. So for the
Yeah,
next two,
there you go.
so, and renting a car. So that was all, that's what I battled him in court for, my money. So yeah, I beat him obviously, and my salary and all that stuff, right? So obviously I won in court, but I'm still
Well, there
waiting
you
for,
go, dirtbag.
yeah. But yeah, like I said, after this will be going after him for personal damages too, of what, threatening us and all this stuff.
Well,
So
that's
it's
wild. That's wild
hopefully, yeah,
stuff.
it's a wild story. Like I said, it'd
And
have
this
to be.
is a guy that signed you, and you think you're going there, and it's all going to be good. And
Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, shits and yeah, yeah, all shits
well,
and
I'll
giggles.
never say where or when this happened, but let's just say a team I was on wasn't supposed to go as far as they did in the playoffs, but there were playoff bonuses.
Yeah,
And my contract was set up that like there was a bonus for the first round, the second round, but to
yeah,
win the championship, there wasn't even a bonus because it wasn't going to happen.
yeah,
Well, we almost did. It's this close. and the bonuses that were in my contract, at least one of them or two of them weren't getting paid. And like, I literally like went home for the summer and none of it was paid. And I
yeah.
went all summer and then at some point they're like, okay, we can do it. But it's gotta be cash, right? Like, and I was like, that's fine. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, next time you play here, we'll give you cash. And I'm like, that's cool. Or I think it was give it to my agent or something, and he'll give it to you. And I'm like, whatever. So then I get it. And then it's like 2-3 weeks later, a month later, guy calls me. He's like, I thought you just wanted your money. Why am I hearing about this and getting calls from the government and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I haven't told anybody. I don't give a shit. I got my money. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
what are they
I'm pretty
complaining
sure they're
about?
looking into you, not me.
Yeah, seriously, bud. Like, figure it out. Oh yeah.
Oh, man, when it's weird, right? Because when we grow up in Canada and it's just hockey and then junior hockey and then
Yeah.
even in pro here, like East Coast,
Yeah.
you're covered HL. You go over there, man, there's some dirty shit happening in
Oh,
places.
100%. Like I said, don't get me wrong. Like people should take it what we're talking about, all that it's bad. Like not everybody's bad. Like there's a lot of great places, a lot of good, like don't get me wrong, but there is some sneaky people over there that you got to watch personally. And yeah, it's like you
Well, it
said.
doesn't take long for people to chit chat, and it's like they can only do it for so long
Oh yeah,
nowadays, right? Because there's too many
exactly.
people talking out there. There's too many
Exactly.
people in the shed now. Your dirtbag people are gonna find out about it. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so then you go to Krimichow cold rink, eh? Were you there for the
Oh,
cold parts of it?
yeah,
I guess you
definitely.
always played there though. So
Yeah, I was in February time. Even when we were opposite team, we still played there, right? Water
oh
ball
yeah.
freezing during the game, and oh yeah, all that stuff. You needed basically like hot tea in
Then
your
there'd
water.
still be like a topless guy in the crowd, right? Drinking the
Oh
hot
yeah,
wine.
just
And you're like, how are you
and
topless?
he's banging on the drums, like it's unbelievable. Like you just shake your head, like,
And you're
but it's
like, your
minus like
team's in
25
10th
outside.
place and you're topless right now.
Like you just shake your head, yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah,
But they
those
do
guys.
have fun. Way to go. I like the fans that get into it, passionate or positive. You want to beat on a drum and wave flags and be topless? I'm totally for it, no matter what place your team's in, right?
100%. Yeah, I
Just don't
agree.
be negative and whistle at everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, you go to Tolts then. Bad Tolts. I played in that rink. They were in the second league for a while when I was there.
Yep.
It's a good spot. That's like in Bavaria area, right?
Yeah, Bavaria, right in the mountains, man. I loved it. I thought it was a great place. Yeah, that I had to, like I said, dissolve my contract with the Duisburg situation, and that's when like I said, as soon as I dissolved it, that's when I attacked him for my money and beat him in court, obviously. But yeah, I moved on to Bad Tolts and started there. And my first game, yeah, right away I got into it and scored 2 goals. And yeah, I had to do the little chant with the fans and all that stuff. So
Oh,
it was,
nice. They called you out in your first
yeah,
game.
yeah, fucking, it was a
That's
great
when you
start.
get welcomed, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like the fans just
When I first went to Germany in Landshut, my very first game at home,
yeah.
I didn't score. I think I had an assist or two, but like I had mucked it up a bit. And then
Yep.
after the game, we had won and they were chanting my name. And then I was like, what is happening? What do I do? Right. It was my first game ever. And my line mate that had scored a couple was like, come with me. And we go out to center and did the can where we're kicking our feet up in the air and the whole crowd's chanting. And I was like, where the hell am I playing hockey? Right. But as soon as they do that, they basically are saying, we're happy the team has signed you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly a good sign. Like you mentioned, like, yeah, I mean, the first game was awesome too, because it was a derby game against fucking Garmisch. So, this was a fucking pretty big game for these guys too, and trying to move up in the standings. And yeah, to beat them and win that one, it was a full barn. And yeah, I rocked some guy hard too, and almost they wanted me to get kicked out because I hit him so hard.
That happens in Germany.
I scored 2 goals, and it was 2 big goals, and
a big hit. They would have loved it.
And yeah, like I said, I loved playing there. The area was awesome. Loved it. Loved everything.
Who's your coach there?
What was his name? Last name was Bohm. Rick Bohm. Rick Bohm.
I don't know.
He was like he was a Canadian guy actually, and he's been a legend over there in that area for Bad Tolts, but really nice, really nice guy. Really
Isn't it interesting how many Canadians are scattered around Germany that went over there to play hockey, got hitched up? How did you end up getting back to Canada?
Fuck, easy. Fuck.
You told her we're going back. That's that.
Yeah, well, it's the land of hockey over here. You know what I mean? I got a job here, so
that's what you do. Yeah.
But no, our plan, like I said, was supposed to be. Even though, like I said, I finished the season with Bad Tolts that year, played through and then I was supposed to actually sign with Bad Tolts again to go back, and then they told me they strung me along, and then all of a sudden, no, we're not going to sign you. So it was kind of hooped, and our plan was to go back to Germany and just kind of live there for a bit and see if I can get like skating with the 1B team. I mean, all that stuff.
Catch on like you had other years.
Yeah, just catch on. You never know, right? And stay in shape. And then, but then all of a sudden, yeah, my career ended right after that, and I got into coaching and started out in Alberta Junior Hockey League in Lloydminster Bobcats.
Right. So how do you know that you're done? How, like, obviously you say they strung you along, but how old are you at that point, and how do you know when it's actually over? Like, at what point in the summer, the fall?
I was still working out, getting ready to go back, right? So I was ready, prepared, but then all of a sudden, once they told me that, I was like, okay. And then my buddy actually was, he was the head scout of this Alberta Junior Hockey League team, and the head coach was looking for an assistant coach. So I did an interview with him, and yeah, he offered me the job, and I was like, well, it's a no-brainer. You know what I mean?
It's time to transition
Yeah,
anyways,
it's
right?
it's junior hockey, and it's I mean a great start. Let's be honest. So you know what I mean, and yeah, so I transitioned into that and really
Do
enjoyed
you
it.
get paid to be your AAA coach then?
Yeah, yeah, I sure do. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. So
So that happens in Edmonton. They pay coaches to coach.
yeah, they do. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the top leagues, obviously, the more elite leagues, right? They all get their coaches get paid or whatever from their clubs. Yeah,
So then it's the parents paying you, basically.
parents are playing. Yeah, exactly. Comes out of the
Like,
parents'
how
pocket.
much are these parents paying for a season? Mind me
Uh,
asking.
for
Actually,
like
I don't mind me asking. I want to know, how much do they pay for their kid to play hockey for a season?
for a season, I think to play on the team I'm playing with, I think it was, I want to say between $52 and $5,700 to play for a season. I think that takes,
50 to 5,700.
yeah, that takes care of everything. I think that's paying like for ice times, that's paying for buses, that's paying for like tournaments, that has money in there. Like these parents might get money back as
How
well.
much do you guys travel?
We don't travel that much in our leagues. We only did 2 road trips this year. So
Um,
most of the teams are pretty close around here. If you do some road trips, it's either day road trips where you go there and back. So
on a bus.
on a bus, yeah, we've done that a couple times. Yeah, exactly. But we stayed overnight one time, I think it was in Calgary.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know how it works really in Ontario. I'm learning, but I obviously I do it voluntarily. It's just for fun around here. Everybody
Yeah.
helps out in this community.
Yeah.
But then when you get to Toronto, people are getting paid. And then there's like other AAA teams that aren't Toronto that, like, I don't think the coaches get paid.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how it works, but yeah, it's like an honorarium, right? They call it. So, but yeah, like I mean, I guess time is money, as they call it, I guess. And I mean, you put a lot of effort into it, and you know, what I mean, you get to get
When you're
back.
trying to make those kids the best they could be, right?
Well,
And
that's the
if
thing,
they
right?
appreciate what you're doing, I guess, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. And you know what I mean? Yeah, and it's fun, it's enjoyable, and to get a couple, like you said, to earn a little bit of extra money back in your way to kind of, you know, put your time out, because it does take a lot of time away from your family, as you would know too, right? Like it's, you know, it's
Well,
time consuming to get, you know what I mean, especially like for myself at the AAA level, you know what I mean? Watching video, preparing them for their next game.
well,
Like
and
you
your
were
kid's not on the team. My kid's on the team.
Yeah, see, that's not bad. And I'm still an assistant coach on my kids' team too, and his little Timbits team. So you know what I mean? Like, so when I can get out to there too and go out for practices and help out in games. So
So you're saying you're doing video with this AAA team?
oh yeah, there's video and everything. Yeah. It's called it's actually a thing that called Instat. So they do the home teams videotape the games, and it goes after the game, it sends it to these guys here, and they break down everything for you. It's Waldo, you'd be amazed at this stuff. It's You don't even have to do video
But
anymore.
people are paying them too.
Yeah, the league does. The league
Who's
does.
paying the league?
Well, the fucking parents probably. I don't know.
Yeah. And all,
Organization.
dude, when you're a
But
parent, you start thinking about this shit.
no,
You
I
know, I
bet.
don't want to pay ins to them. I don't give a fuck about video. I'll talk to the
Yeah.
kids on my own.
But yeah, no, this Instat is awesome. Like you could set it up, send it to all the players so they can watch themselves, watch their video, how they play. And then yeah, you can do all that stuff. Like it tells them their plus
It
minus.
sounds cool, but it actually makes me want to puke because I never watched video on myself ever. I don't even think I've ever seen myself play.
Yeah.
I've seen like a couple like little clips, but I've
Yeah.
never watched video ever,
Yeah, for sure.
unless I was forced.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever
Ever.
forced. I was forced every time.
Yeah, no doubt, eh?
But like, no, it could definitely be helpful, like for the kids to have video, and like it'd be so simple to be like, hey, do you see this here? But like, I don't know,
Yeah.
at the age I'm at with the kids, it's more like I just want them to
Yeah.
be feeling it. I just want them to go out there and just feel the moment, feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, give it up. It's bobsled time, right?
100%. Yeah, I agree with you.
If I start coaching too much, or if I tell them to like pass it back to the D more,
they have no clue.
every time they get it, they pass it back to the D. And I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. Like,
no, exactly. Even at our age, at this kids that I'm still coaching, they do the same thing for
but
sure.
It's the same in pro, right? Like once a coach starts telling you too much, they're giving you too much information. And then all of a sudden you go out there and you're like, I'm not even skating. I'm thinking about what I'm doing too much. And I'm not even like in it.
The coach told me to go here, but the play's over here, right? It's like read and react. You gotta let them blossom themselves too. So you can only give them tips, right? Just little tips of what they do or what they can do better. But then here, you just gotta go.
And what they excel at, what they can work on. Yeah, no, I agree. And then there's the coaches that like every time you got the puck, they're screaming at the bench like what to do with it. And you're like, well, the kid's got to decide that on his own. Like he can't be waiting for the coach on the bench to scream across the ice, 100%. Like chip it out, shoot it in. Like they need to make those decisions on their own, right?
Yeah. And there's still ways, like I said, I'm a guy that likes to be vocal still from the bench. But like you said, when he has the puck or something like that, you just let them do their thing, right? But if there's someone on a forecheck, you don't hear that. Like these kids still don't.
You got to get them going. But, you got to be like, hey, get going.
Give them like heads up, like man on, so they hear your voice, right?
Or like you got time.
Yeah.
But like it's not like you got to pass it to him. You got to. It's like I played for some coaches that they thought they had like the controller for a PlayStation, and they were like pass, shoot, dump it in, and they thought them yelling at everybody that they had the controller, and it's like, well, I actually think everybody should think for themselves and like make the best decision with the puck, you know?
But, exactly. Yeah. No, little tips, like I said, giving a little holler, D to D, or, you know what I mean? 1, 2, 2, 4, check. Like they just hear it, but let them do it, right? Like go. I mean, but it's yelling at them the whole time. Do this. No. Let them think, you know what I mean? Let them play, let them be creative. You got to let their brains do the work, right? So
exactly. And then once they figure it out on their own, they'll be much better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, Jacques, I don't think we got much else, but it seems like, actually you won a championship in senior.
Oh yeah.
Right?
This keeps going. Yeah.
Did you just get all banged up then that night? Did you win it and have a time or what? You ran a muck in that.
Yeah, that was fun. That was when I was coaching in Lloyd. And then my buddy actually, he knew these guys that were like, I guess, like the guys that put the team together in St. Walburg. So I had time in when I was coaching and all that stuff. And then when I got released from Lloydminster Bobcats, they asked me if I wanted to just play with them the whole time. I was like, yeah, sure. Like didn't have to practice. I just came in, I worked out during the week, and I would go in and play and just have some fun and help these guys out. Like you mentioned, like teach them, right? Like teach them the ways of how to win properly and what positional, how to play it, and just draw it up on the board. I took over as basically like coming in, and the coach was loving it too. He's like, man, this is awesome. Like, but I took I helped this team fucking come from like middle of pack, whatever. They had good players, don't get me wrong, but me coming in, when you spoke, you could see they listened to you. You know what I mean? They were like really intrigued and wanted to learn and wanted to still win, even at that level, right? And it's like, this is awesome, right? So I give them little tips against the teams we were playing. I'm like, this is what I see. Just do this because they'll turn pucks over. And sure enough, it was just boom, boom, boom. And we won the championship. And it was a great time.
Yeah. Hey, winning championships anywhere, man, right? That shit lasts forever.
100% memories. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, Jocko, you did a hell of a career, man.
Thank you very much.
No, seriously, like when you go through it all, it's you had a hell of a run, man.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
And now you got a passion for coaching and the underdog elite training, right?
Damn right. Yeah. Like I said, anybody around Edmonton, you know what I mean? You can look us up at, like I said, Underdog Hockey Elite or Hockey, UnderdogEliteHockey.com. That's what it is. Sorry. And
there you go.
Website, things like that. So
and you're gonna get a passionate coach that's been all over the world playing hockey, right? And you're here to help.
Definitely, yeah. Just trying to make kids better.
And this has been another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Jocko and Wally.